All right. So, I just read a poem called If by Rudyard Kipling. I thought it was very cool because there were so many aspects of the Bible in that poem, and especially the way it ended. But now I want to cover the number 49. Now, last night I was talking to some people. Somebody had asked a very, very specific question about the seven golden lampstands that are in heaven in front of Christ that are mentioned in the book of Revelation. I'll get into that in a minute and why that's significant in a minute, but I want to cover about the number 49 because this is part of that, and there's a lot of things where 49 pops up all the time. It's a fairly sacred number in a lot of religions. But listen to all the times 49 jumps up and how significant it is. I'm reading an article called Sacred Precinct by Shauna Miracle. I guess that's the right name. The number 49 is found all over San Francisco, which is 7 miles by 7 miles, or 49 square miles. San Francisco was born during the gold rush of 1849, and her first wave of immigrants are known as 49ers. San Francisco's football team, which is named after these pioneers, joined the NFL in 1949. The highway which runs through Gold Country is Highway 49. And the most famous route through San Francisco is the 49-mile scenic drive. San Francisco's symbol, the phoenix, rises from the ashes 7 times 7, or 49 times. San Francisco's founding mission church is devoted to Our Lady of Seven Sorrows, who is depicted with 7 swords piercing her heart. 7 times 7 is 49. The Mater de la Rosa's litanies are sung in 49 voices, and her rosary has 49 beads. The number 49 is significant in nearly all spiritual traditions and refers to a sacred cycle of transformation. This 49-day cycle is also known as a week of weeks because it is 7 weeks of 7 days each. This 7-week period was important to the ancients because it took 49 days for grain to develop from seed to harvest, and the harvest would keep for 49 days before it started to mold. In Deuteronomy 16:9 it says, "You shall count 7 weeks from the time you begin to put the sickle to standing grain." In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the Bardo state, the intermediary state between life and death, is 49 days. It is believed that after death, the soul wanders for 49 days. Interestingly, the pineal gland, called the seat of the soul, forms 49 days following conception. Now, have you done any research into the pineal gland thing? They've actually developed a religion based on it now. Excuse me. But all this stuff is true. All major religions point to the importance of this 49-day cycle. Wonder why? Well, it's because God created it. The Buddha spent 49 days under the Bodhi tree in order to achieve enlightenment. And he did not start instructing the public for another 49 days. Christ's disciples did not receive divine consciousness until 49 days after the resurrection. This is true. Moses did not receive the 10 Commandments until 49 days after he freed the slaves from Egypt. In Judaism, the counting of the Omer is a verbal counting of the 49 days between these two events and is considered the appropriate length of time in order to learn the Torah. In the ancient Mithraic mysteries, initiates were required to spend 49 days underground before emerging and achieving enlightenment on the 50th day. The number 49 was also important to Native Americans. A 49 is a party held after any gathering of American Indians. It is also a song that is sung on such occasions. The Zuni Shalako ceremony, a sacred drama conducted at winter solstice, was traditionally held 49 days after the 10th full moon. Preparations for the ceremony took place over this 7-week period, marked by 49 knots tied into a string. Each were untied each day as the work was completed. On the 50th day, the 9-foot-tall Shalako gods descended on the pueblo to instruct the people. Similar to the religious traditions of the counting of the Omer, Moses receiving the 10 Commandments, the disciples receiving the Pentecost, the Buddha's first teaching, or the Mithraic mysteries, the Zuni tradition is conducted according to the sun and moon cycles, which those are too, and initiates are required to rigorously prepare themselves for 49 days in order to receive divine wisdom on the 50th day. The number 7 is the number of the divine and represents the initiate, as the square of 7, the number 49, represents the evolutionary phases of development necessary to achieve enlightenment, i.e., the length of time it takes to bring an idea into manifestation. Now, I read you that because we see in the Bible that that just scratched the surface on all the 49s that appear in the Bible. This number is a key number to a lot of things. God put this number out there for a reason. Now, the fact that we see all these civilizations, many of them that didn't come around until after, many of these belief systems didn't come around until after Christ or after Moses and them, that number stuck with them. And you got to wonder if maybe they were taught that by somebody from the Bible. But that 49 days is a key thing, and it's in everything. It's everywhere. Now, the importance of this, the reason why I just read this one article, is the question the guy asked was, those 7 lampstands that are standing before Jesus, are they just candlestick stands or are they menorahs? Which, when you read further in the Bible and do the research, and also go into, like on kabod.org, and they'll tell you the same thing. It is the menorah, that is the candle stand, the lampstand. Because they either put candles in them or they put little bowls with oil in them and they would burn with a little wick off the side. Actually, pretty ingenious design. But if you look at a menorah has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holders. The one in the middle is Christ, and these are the disciples on either side. And there were 7 of them. So there was 49 holders, 49 lamps burning on those lampstands in heaven. So this number is extremely significant. This number means something. It's important that the number 49 pops up in so many different things. Just a little bit of information. But I told the guy, I was like, yeah, they are menorahs. 7 candle holders in each one, which makes 49. So just little stuff like that jumps out, little details that stand out. So now when you read the Bible and you see the number 49 mentioned, or 7 times 7 or whatever, like when they asked Jesus, how many times should I forgive my brother if he sins against me? 7 times 7 times, 49? Jesus said, no, 70 times 7 times. It's 490 times. So, the number is pretty enigmatic as it pertains to religion. And it turns out it's all religions. Every religion has aspects of 49 in it. That's divine code. That's God speaking to people. He's letting us know, I'm God. No matter where you are, I'm still God. No matter what you believe in, I'm still God. No matter what you do, I'm still God. Nothing will change that. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was interesting how that pops up and what it shows. But it's just another one of those details that jump out of the Bible at you. Jump out and scream, look at me. I'm talking to you. I am God. Look what I did. I'm trying to show you who I am. He's not just going to appear on the earth and go, hey, I'm here, because people would freak out and they'd lose their mind. Especially the people who don't believe. The first thing they'll do is panic and flip out. You ever seen somebody in an emergency situation? They don't care about nothing. I've seen people run off and leave their kids because something happened. Just take off. Their whole idea is panic. They don't want to pay attention to what's going on. That poor girl up there at Yellowstone here, last month, out there playing, messing with the buffaloes, and they were told not to go near them. And there's a whole family there. The buffalo started running. They ran off and left the little girl. The little girl got flipped. She's lucky she didn't get killed. But that's how people are. And God knows that, and that's why he does things the way he does them. Now, back in the old times, a couple of thousand years ago, it was different. People would see something like that, and it meant more because they were more spiritually oriented. They saw those things and could accept those things. Nowadays, a pillar of fire come down out of the sky. Look what happens when a tornado gets into a fire and it turns into a pillar of fire. What people do. Get the phone out. I don't care that people are dying. I got to film this. Silly. Anyway, So when you're reading it through the Bible and you run into 49s, you know that this is divinely inspired. God made it like this. He made the crops the way they are because of 49. Everything matches. And it's all evidence of him, even planetarily. When you go and look at the different parts of astrology and the different star system, all that kind of stuff. 49, the number 49 plays a part in all of this. Just thought it was something cool that I would share with you guys. Break from the norm of what we usually go over, going on about these different religions or different understandings and different doctrines people are coming up with. And just share some cool stuff every now and then. That's why I did the poem video too. So, I love you guys. I bless you guys in Jesus' name. And I hope this video blessed y'all. And I'll see you in the next one.